One of the things she told me after we broke up was that dating me felt more like being a mother than being a girlfriend, and I dwell on that a lot. Damn, my last GF once told me the same thing during an argument. She told me, "You don't need a girlfriend, you need a mom." I didn't really know how to answer to that, but I think about it every day. It's all about carrying the mental load. If she has to remind you about events or appointments, pick up after you or organize your life, she's carrying your mental load. One of the biggest turn-offs in the bedroom is spending the day carrying the mental load for your partner, as if they were your child. At least you are reflecting on it and becoming aware to your part in the situation. I dated a guy and felt exactly the same way. I was his mother, not his partner, and it was exhausting. I loved him and we almost got married, but I got sick of the bullshit of being the planner, the doer, the keeper of all the things, and bugging him to help. The last year of our relationship, he started treating me exactly like his mother. Avoiding my phone calls, telling white lies about really mundane shit to avoid getting in trouble, stupid stuff like that. I was super clear and upfront when I broke up with him about why I just couldn't do it anymore. He refused to see any wrongdoing on his part and then went on to tell everyone I cheated on him. Glad I dodged that one. I cannot even begin to tell you the amount of relationships I've seen that have ended due to this. A few stories. My friend and her ex. Every day she would come home as he was on the couch and spend 30 minutes cleaning so the house wouldn't be wrecked. One time she just refused to do so to see if he would notice or pitch in. A week later the place was a wreck, and she angrily cleaned it all up while he played a game. She then told him he needed to pull his own weight. A few days later he put the dishes in the washer for her. That night when they got into bed he turned to her with a smile and said, "So what do I get for cleaning?" Indicating he wanted a BJ. She told him, "Are you serious? You want a blowjob for putting some dishes away, like you're supposed to do?" They fought about it and he said she was acting ungrateful, and she was like, "This is our house, why is it my responsibility to maintain it and get on my knees to give you praise when you do 1% of the work?" I'll never forget what she said. She said it was the unsexiest thing in the world to feel like a mother with a child. She felt like an old nagging crone, and it killed all of her libido towards him. Another friend of mine, her ex could never be on time or remember any important dates, and she basically had to handhold him. His mom's birthday was coming up, and she kept reminding him to get her a birthday card and gift for weeks in advance. The day of her birthday she texted him again to ask if he remembered, and he said he was busy playing a video game with a friend, but since the place was right by her work, she could swing by and pick up a gift on her way home. He just assumed he would do it for him, like always. She refused. His mom didn't get a birthday card or gift, and when she was upset, he told her, "My friend forgot to pick up your gift after work when I reminded her." I recently have been dealing with a very fucking difficult breakup, and I was told the same, and I think about it constantly. She felt like a mother babysitter, rather than my woman, and that shit kills me. Had an ex who was the same way. It's been a few years since I left him, but he did apologize about a year ago for it, among other things. I can't say we're friends or even friendly, but I am glad for him that he was able to recognize what that dynamic can ruin about a good relationship. He seems to be doing much better with his newest partner. People can definitely grow and change. I said no to a guy who proposed to me in front of everybody at one of our friends' wedding because I had realized that I was more of his mother than his girlfriend. Wish I had realized it before that moment and saved the poor dude the embarrassment. Honestly, those are the moments we all grow from though. I realized I was being a nag total bitch because I had to act like his mother, so I certainly was not at my best either. My point? Don't dwell on it too hard. It's hard to hear, but everybody moves on and is better for it. Same my dude, I was the breadwinner, but let her take care of everything else at home. Took 5 years, but she had enough eventually. True for many women and many men don't know how to be partners, only grown-ass children. I've been telling my BF this for years now. How can I get him to snap out of being more helpless than the first graders I teach all day? Every time I bring up what I'm unhappy about, he throws a tantrum and twists it back to me, like it's my fault somehow. It's literally like being a mommy, only difference is I want him to like me. If it was a kid, I wouldn't care about being his friend. I'm a female, I do feel like sometimes the guy I am with does the bare minimum and treats me more like his mother. I hate feeling like my purpose as a girlfriend is to be the cook, maid, and personal assistant. Wish he'd hear me when I say I feel like I'm his mom. Ad. As someone said above. I feel like a mother when I have to remind my so of their responsibilities. It's as if their life would be a mess if I didn't help them. Ad again. I even rejected his proposal over this. This is the worst feeling I have ever experienced in a relationship, especially because I don't want to be a mother to anything. Hope it's okay to vent here, but my awful ex dropped this on me, and it fucked me up until one of my friends pointed out the reality that I did most of her laundry for her. I helped her clean her apartment almost every time she actually cleaned it. I cooked for her about as often as she cooked for herself, not cooked for us, but specifically her, after I had eaten. I took care of her when she got sick multiple times, to the point where I'd get sick from being around her, and then she wouldn't come to my dorm to help me out. I was pretty much 50% of her entire emotional support network and spent time just about every day at her place letting her vent. I kept her from killing herself while I was on the other side of the planet, staying up way past midnight to talk her down during finals when I studied in Japan. But I have ADHD, so I guess regularly forgetting the names of her friends who I never met and not being able to effectively use a class planner made her my mom. Main reason why I divorced my husband. Now he refinanced our house to keep it, but he couldn't afford it, so his mom consigned. Now the house has been redecorated and looks like a menopausal aged woman lives there. Every girl I have dated has said this about me. Over the years, I have drastically improved in focusing on being responsible for the household duties, something that was very lacking in my childhood. Now, I'm typically doing all of the chores and it's exhausting. I've recently started therapy where I have learned that I have Asperger's syndrome.